evening. Thank you for good evening. Thank you for traveling down here today. We really appreciate it. I'm Stephen Libman, Chief Advancement Officer for Atlanta Ballet, and this is my colleague Sharon Story, and we'll be talking to you today about the magic of the Atlanta Ballet. We are the nation's oldest ballet company. We're over 85 years old. Atlanta Ballet is also about beauty and sensuality. We engage in an art form that is as old as man itself, and if you look at the cave paintings in France of Chauveau that are 35,000 years old, we're just about that old in terms of an art form. Atlanta Ballet, in particular, and the performing arts organizations all over the world are a direct link to the practice of experiencing the world through art, through the performing arts, and in particular through dance. Our 23 dancers live, work, play, raise families, own homes here in Atlanta, and they represent over 8 countries. We are recognized as one of the most diverse employers in the community. We're also recognized artistically as one of the top ballet companies in America. We have a budget of over $10 million. We sell over $3 million worth of tickets, and we raise over $4 million. We reach over 70,000 people a year, performing in 2 venues, the Fox Theater and the Cobb Performing Arts Center. And we attract people from all over the state of Georgia. We're recognized, as you can see in the screen behind me, for having a very varied repertoire, from classical pieces to, this is a piece from, that was a piece from Ohad Naharin from Israel, to one of the great interpretations of Romeo and Juliet. It takes many, many years to become a professional dancer, years and years of training. And our dancers are more than artists, they're also elite athletes. We also have a program called Wabi Sabi. It is unique in the United States. We're the only dance company in America that takes dance off the stage and into the communities. This was created by our dancers. We perform in parks. We perform, you'll see, in water fountains. And this is an example of the great work that we do to take dance outside of the venue to the community.
So you're probably wondering, why is the Atlanta Ballet Atlanta Ballet and Atlanta Ballet Center for Dance Education here? And why are we going to collaborate? And I'll tell you, the Atlanta Ballet Center for Dance Education serves over 20,000 students throughout Metro Atlanta area. We're the 6th school that is accredited professional school by the National Association of Schools of Dance. We also are very pleased and privileged to have the Atlanta Ballet Ailey Camp, which started today. It's a 6-week camp that serves over 100 middle school dancers and students through the Metro Atlanta area. They all have to interview, and they all get 6 weeks worth of dance throughout the year they dance. We are very, very proud of our relationship with PARKLANE Elementary, which is in East Point. We've been there for 19 years, and we actually have graduates that came from PARKLANE Elementary and received Fordham scholarships, Atlanta Ballet Ailey Fordham scholarships, so they are studying in the university. We not only create professional dancers, half the dancers in the company have gone through this Center for Dance Education, but what we're passionate about is the work we do in the community and in the schools. Because as we all know, the arts education is pretty much non-existent in the schools, and we've lost generations and generations of arts education. So what we like to do is we like to collaborate with anybody who will collaborate with us, and we tailor-make our programs to make sure that the joy of dance lives on. We're not here to make everybody a professional dancer. That's impossible, and that's not what we're about. We're here to make sure that everybody has the chance to experience the arts, because the arts teach self-discipline, focus, and also creates a huge model for great self-esteem, so that these children and young adults can go and realize that they can be good at something or at anything, and everybody dances, so that's why we're here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Camp Twin Lakes, we are delighted to be here. We're excited about the potential and to be able to work with such thoughtful and energetic people. When I say summer camp, you probably have certain images that come to mind. You think of things like the archery and canoes and kayaks and the zip line and maybe even a first crush and the anxiety of the camp dance. But then if you're a 9-year-old, you might also think of a 9-year-old who hasn't been to camp, you might think of things like, well, where am I going to eat? And where am I going to sleep? And what lives in the lake? And most importantly, are they going to like me? Well, there's a subsection of the population that has those thoughts, but also has thoughts like, how am I going to get my medicine? How am I going to get my chemotherapy? How am I going to get my dialysis? What do I do if mom's not there to help me manage my blood sugar? Or something even like, what happens after camp? And am I going to go back to the same foster house, or am I going to go to a new foster house? Those are the children that we serve at Camp Twin Lakes. And you can see by our mission, we provide a year-round camp experiences for children with serious illnesses, disabilities, and life challenges to help each camper grow in their confidence and experience the joys of childhood. Our camp looks just like every other summer camp. All of those images you had just a few minutes ago, those same images happen at Camp Twin Lakes, but we use every activity and everything we do for a purpose. And that purpose is to build confidence and capabilities. So imagine a young woman who is maybe 15 years old who has muscular dystrophy, who uses a wheelchair. She comes to Camp Twin Lakes from a community where she's known as the kid in the wheelchair. She's defined by her disability in her community. She might be the only child in her school that has that disability. Well, at Camp Twin Lakes, when she comes, we hoist her out of that wheelchair and she does the zip line, just like her typical friends do. When she got down off of that zip line, we have a story of a young camper who came down and she said, I can't walk, but by God, I can fly. That's what we do at Camp Twin Lakes. Is it fun? Oh yeah, you bet. You bet it's fun. But I tell you, we don't do it because it's fun. We do it because the children that we serve, because of the nature of the illnesses, the disabilities, and the life challenges that they have faced, are the game changers. They're the ones who have the greatest potential to have impact on our society. They are the ones who can really look at a problem in our world and say, you know what? This isn't that bad. I can fix that. And how do we do it? Well, we do it with 3 little words. Focus is the first. We focus like a laser beam on every individual camper. We help them discover their joys, their fears, their passions. You could say we help every camper find their inner superhero. The second thing we do is we help campers connect. We help those campers who come, who are isolated at home, who have never been a part of a community, and we give them a community of children who are just like them. They don't have to describe or explain their scars or why they take medicine or anything like that. They are just like everybody else. And finally, we see transformation. I love this picture because if you look, there's not a camper in it. But there's several legs, several arms, and at Camp Twin Lakes, the campers transform. They transform because when these children who have limb differences are at home, they're very shy. They won't take off their leg. They won't make anything that brings attention to them. But here at Camp Twin Lakes, when we talk about, all right, we're going kayaking, guess what? Arms and legs are flying. Arms and legs are flying because they know they want to go in that canoe. They want to go in that kayak. And the transformation from Sunday to Friday is astounding. And it's the same transformation that these children can give our communities if we give them a spark of inspiration, a spark of confidence, and a spark of compassion. Thank you very much.